mine to consume at my leisure.
Welcome to Movie Creepers. Today we will dive into Origin of Azazel. In the Sandman universe, where realms collide and ancient beings scheme in the shadows, few characters embody raw, infernal ambition like Azazel. A grotesque, multi-mouthed demon and one of Hell's former rulers, Azazel is more than just a monster. He's a cosmic threat with eyes set on conquest. From plotting alongside Lucifer Morningstar in Season 1 to launching a full-blown power grab in Season 2's Season of Mist storyline, Azazel emerges as a key antagonist with aspirations that stretch far beyond the borders of Hell. Whether it's bargaining with Dream of the Endless, threatening the Silver City, or using a soul as leverage in a deadly game of divine politics, Azazel proves he's willing to do whatever it takes to claim the throne of Hell. In this deep dive, we'll explore Azazel's role across the series, his terrifying presence, his schemes, his downfall, and how his actions set the stage for a battle between realms that could shake the foundations of existence itself. If you find this helpful, please consider liking and subscribing to stay updated with our latest content.
Universe of displaced, homeless, hungry demons.
Azazel, the devourer of sins. Long before he was a prince of hell, Azazel was an angel of heaven, one of radiance and purpose, chosen among the ranks of the divine. Known as the eater of sins, he dwelled alone on a solemn hill that overlooked the world of men, his presence both awe-inspiring and terrifying. From the surrounding villages, the people would bring forth a goat, marked, burdened with their confessions, whispered regrets, and dark transgressions. This goat, known as the scapegoat, was led into the wilderness, its eyes wide with innocence, its back bowed beneath the invisible weight of human sin. Azazel would await in the shadowed heights. And when the goat entered his domain, he would consume it, flesh, spirit, and the sins it bore. In doing so, he granted the village redemption. Rain would fall, crops would grow, plague and misfortune would retreat for a time. But as the centuries passed, Azazel's hunger deepened. Sin, once a bitter medicine, became a craving. He began to linger over the flavor of betrayal, to savor the tang of murder and deceit. Each sin consumed made him less angel and more something else. His wings dimmed, tarnished by the corruption he absorbed. The purity that once defined him eroded, replaced by something darker, something that no longer answered to heaven. Eventually, the other angels grew wary. What began as sacred duty was now addiction. Azazel, in his endless hunger, began to whisper temptation into the hearts of men, so he might feast again and again. Lust, greed, wrath. These were delicacies he could no longer resist. And so he was cast out, banished from the celestial host. Azazel fell from grace alongside Lucifer and the rebellious angels. But while others fell in fury or pride, Azazel fell with hunger gnawing at his soul. In hell, he did not fade. He thrived. Amid the chaos of the underworld, after the fall of Morningstar, the wars of dominions, and the collapse of order, Azazel rose again, reborn in fire and shadow. When hell splintered under civil war and power was torn from its former rulers, a new triumvirate emerged: Lucifer Morningstar, the fallen Lightbringer, Beelzebub, the Lord of Flies and Decay, and Azazel, now a beast cloaked in regal horror, who still wore the sins of mankind like armor. Together, they forged a new reign from the ashes, 3 thrones carved into the obsidian heart of hell. But among them, Azazel remained the most enigmatic, neither holy ruler nor beast, but something far older and darker, a remnant of heaven's shame and the eternal hunger that no sin could ever satisfy. The return of the Lord Dream. Azazel returned in Season of Mists after Lucifer Morningstar unexpectedly abdicated his throne and closed the gates of hell. Before his departure, Lucifer entrusted the key to hell and the fate of the realm to Dream of the Endless. With the underworld unclaimed, powerful beings from across the cosmos came to petition Dream for the right to rule it. Among the contenders was Azazel, a twisted demon of fractured dimensions, who arrived alongside allies Merkin and Corazon. Speaking on behalf of demonkind, Azazel declared, "I seek the return of our lands, the lands of my people, the lands from which we have been unjustly expelled. I do not come as a mere ambassador, but as the representative of all demonkind." To strengthen its claim, Azazel offered Dream a sweetener, the return of Nada, Dream's former lover, whose soul it had secretly imprisoned. It believed this act of leverage would force Dream's hand. Dream, however, remained calm and reserved, telling the demon he would consider the matter. In the end, the key was given not to any demon or dark god, but to the angels Ramiel and Duma, who would assume guardianship of hell under heaven's will. Furious at this outcome, Azazel renounced Dream's hospitality and issued a threat. Unless Dream dared to enter it and reclaim Nada, Azazel would consume her soul. But in its arrogance, Azazel had forgotten a simple truth. In the dreaming, Dream is sovereign. All power belongs to him there, and no demon, no matter how ancient or terrible, holds sway against him. With quiet, decisive force, Dream turned Azazel's threat back on itself. The once mighty demon, perhaps once a djinn of great power, was confined to a small glass bottle, its vast form folded and sealed away by Dream's will. The bottle was then placed in a chest within Dream's gallery, beside the Corinthian skull and the bottled city from fables and reflections, silent trophies of stories long resolved. From Hell and Gone. In Hell and Gone, Azazel returns alongside the rest of the infernal triumvirate when Mary Locke descends into hell in search of her brother's soul. Towering and terrible, Azazel arrives with its nightmarish presence, prepared to defend its dominion at all costs. When war breaks out between the forces of Hell and Mary, Azazel leads legions of demons into battle, unleashing chaos across the infernal realm. But as the haunting melody of the music box spreads through Hell, its effects begin to unravel even the most ancient of evils. Twisted by the music's supernatural influence, Azazel spirals into madness, turning not on its enemies, but on its own infernal allies. In a gruesome irony, Corazon, once a loyal conspirator, becomes one of the first to fall victim to Azazel's uncontrollable hunger. Driven by the very chaos it sought to command, Azazel becomes a monster even among monsters, devouring friend and foe alike in the depths of hell's unraveling. Azazel appearance in Netflix's show The Sandman. In Season 1, Azazel emerges as a sinister force lurking just beyond the veil, one of Hell's ancient powers and a trusted ally of Lucifer Morningstar. Depicted as a grotesque, many-mouthed entity suspended in shifting dimensions, Azazel exudes menace and hunger. He doesn't just whisper war, he hungers for it, plotting alongside Lucifer to extend Hell's dominion beyond its borders. His ambitions are nothing short of apocalyptic, to unleash Hell's fury upon the dreaming, the realm of Morphus, the waking world, Earth, and even the Silver City, the celestial seat of heaven itself. Azazel's chilling appearance in the season's final moments sets the stage for a looming cosmic conflict. As he and Lucifer share a final, cryptic vow, it becomes clear their next move will shake both God and Dream to their core. In Season 2, Azazel's plotline intensifies, stepping into the spotlight during the adaptation of the iconic Season of Mists arc. With Lucifer abandoning his throne and casting open the gates of Hell, the balance of power trembles. The key to Hell's kingdom falls into the hands of Dream of the Endless, and Azazel sees his chance. With all the arrogance of a primordial demon, Azazel arrives as a claimant to the empty throne, demanding the right to rule and rallying infernal allies. To sway Dream, he offers a vile bargain: the return of Nada, Dream's long-lost lover, whose soul he secretly holds captive. But when diplomacy fails, Azazel reveals his true colors, resorting to blackmail, threats, and ultimately, an attempted kidnapping. However, Azazel underestimates Dream's dominion. Within the dreaming, Dream is absolute. Azazel, for all his power and hunger, is no match for a god in his own realm. In a poetic reversal, Dream imprisons the once mighty demon within a bottle, a grotesque trinket sealed and shelved among other fallen threats. Azazel's downfall is not just a defeat, it is a warning. His relentless thirst for control, his drive to place Hell under the rule of demons alone, is snuffed out by the one thing he could never manipulate: the quiet, inexorable will of the Lord of Dreams. But even in defeat, Azazel remains a force of ambition and chaos. His hunger lingers, waiting. Thanks for watching. If you found this valuable, please like the video, subscribe for more, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update.